Hey, what's good, people? This is Holy Warrior Yancey, and I'm just going to get into it. I'm tired of brothers getting dissed in scenarios in which they're not with their baby mamas, and I hate using that term, or they're not with their spouse anymore. So, and the brother, what he does for his children, he gets minimized. Don't minimize what a man does in the lives of his children. If the man is diligent and is spending time with his kids and his financial contributions, stop bashing. He may not be the richest man, and the situation, with a man and woman not being together, that brings his mess too. There's no need to bash. I don't understand how things are nowadays. It seems like women want to be glory hogs. You know, they want to be loved by the children more. They want to outdo men like it's. They want to outdo men like it's some kind of competition or something. Man, this mess needs to stop. I was looking on the channel Owned, and I like that station, Objectified Network. I like that. I like the shows on there. But one thing that I don't like, and I'm going to be open and honest about this, I really, truly feel like black feminists, they don't see the divide and conquer that's going on with our people. It's like black feminists, they want to do everything in their power to prove that a man isn't nothing. And what is the reward for that? I mean, you brag that you do everything by yourself or you do it with minimum help. Like just minimizing, what a father does in his child's life and what's going on. Our children are out here living crazy lives. Our young men are being incarcerated. They're being killed before they're 30. Our young girls, they're out here getting with men that mean them no good. They're just as entangled in drugs as our young men. I even heard of a story of some high school in this country where over 100 son teens tested positive for HIV. So with all this man bashing and exalting yourself, black woman, what's the reward for that? There ain't no reward. Because this is how I see it. Until black men and black women come together, we're going to continue to go down. I look at how things were in the 60s, where black men and black women came together. And when they did that, they brought about change. Matter of fact, the rights and things that we have right now are all because black men and black women came together. There was nothing dividing them. I'm not against feminism in a sense. Like I'm all for women being empowered to do their thing. I'm not hating on that. But when you start bashing a man and wanting to be glory hogs, that's a problem. That's a problem. And when you caught up for your movement and you forget overall that you black, because you're not going to go far if your man is not empowered. It's not going to work. Straight up and down. But anyway, let me get back to my point. I seen a program on OWN. It was the John Gray Show, and I really wish they would have John helping some brothers. It's always a single mother or son that he's helping, but it was a few single mothers that he had on there, and they put emphasis on the woman not getting much help from the father. So basically saying that she's doing everything on her own. And also, I was watching the single moms club. They had like a little program celebrating that movie. And Oprah was talking about there's women out here doing everything by themselves or a little help from a father. This is my thing. You have to stop bashing guys that's doing for their kids. It has to stop. And let me break some things down. And I only really see black women doing this. Black women dissing the black man, minimizing the good things that he do, trying to be glory hogs like they do everything by themselves. Let me break this down. First things first. When it comes to domestic relations, a white man can barely get justice in domestic relations court, let alone a black man getting justice in the domestic relations court. And how this country is, a lot of brothers are scared of court, don't trust the system. And not just that, the system really does black man wrong in domestic relations court. It's almost like a black man don't got no say. Because they'll go ahead, you can be married to a woman, and the woman can take a man for child support while they're still married. And without a trial, grant the woman custodial custody of the kids and just start immediately taking money away from the man while they're still married. There's no real justice for men in the domestic relations court. It's not. It's all about them taking their cut. They want to throw you in jail. You know, if you can't pay the slightest of your order. And they get free labor out you from jail. You know, they want to put you on support, and the government takes their cut out of it. I mean, it's really about money. The government don't care about no families, especially no black families. He don't care about the well-being of black children, none of that. They don't care about that. It's all about them getting their cut. But that's one thing. A brother can't get no justice in domestic relations court. White men barely get justice in domestic relations court. Even ones that get good lawyers. So most of the time, the women get the kids. So men and women are separate. And, you know, in this scenario, women are naturally the nurturer, so they get to have the kids most of the time. And the man is basically reduced to a paycheck. And then from there, it's the petty stuff begins. Parents trying to outdo each other. But the one thing you don't realize, the man has to support both households. He got to give money to the household in which his children is in, and he has to maintain things for himself. And there's no understanding in that. It's not. And when it comes to brothers, like I said, they not the richest people on the earth. But if a brother is only making, let's just say a brother's making $1,600 a month, and his support order is about $500-$600, but he's getting his kids too, you know, the weekends or whatever. You can't just knock the man because you feel as though that money, that $250, that $300 bi-weekly isn't enough. You got to also consider that it's not just the money that he gives you that goes to your kids. That when he gets them, he has to feed them on his own. Transportation costs to get the kids and to take them out, and that's something that a lot of women don't understand or try to understand, and it's not fair. Because when you have child support, it's not just the money that you give for child support. It's also when you have your kids. Like, for instance, I pay child support. And that's not all the money that goes to my kids. I have to go get my kids, whether I'm driving or on a bus or whatever. That's money to go get them. And now that I'm in a different state, that's toll money too. Not just that, when they're in my care, I feed them. Not just that, there's special occasions, birthdays, holidays, Christmas, there's miscellaneous stuff, got to have my own clothes for them. So when they come to see me, they had clothes. And it's all types of stuff, man. You get your kids, they want to go out, go to the movies, you may go to a restaurant, go to Walmart, somebody wants a toy, stuff like that. And it's not really considered and it's not right. I'm not saying that I got issues with my ex, because me and my ex are good. So let me get that clear. I'm just using an example of what men go through, or the scenario of a man that pays child support. Again, I'm not saying that I'm going through this mess, because I'm not. Me and my ex, we get along well. We had our mess in the past, and it took a long time. It was quite a journey to get to how we're cordial now. And things with me and her are cool. Things with me and her are cool. Things with me and her are cool. Let me clear that up. But I'm just sharing that men who pay child support, it's not just the money that goes to the woman. It's also the money that he spends on the kids when the kids are in his care. But like I said, though, it's not right. If a man is diligent in his child's life, if he's diligent in his contributions financially, he may not be the richest man, and the whole the whole situation of the man and woman not being together, and there's different things that there's just time constraints like work or whatever. Car may be down. Don't just sit there and bash the man like he's not doing nothing. Because I know plenty of fathers that didn't want to be divorced, that didn't want to be away from their children's mom. I know plenty of guys that wanted to be family men, but the women didn't want that, whether they thought the guy was too nice, or they was just brought up in a way that they didn't need a man. Because that's another issue too. This whole thing of just wanting to have kids and think you can do everything else and you don't need a man. That's another thing that's hurting our children. Our family structures are just messed up. And it's not so much any other culture. It's us. It's black people. But again, I'm going to say this one last time. If a brother is diligent spending time with his children, and if he's diligent in his financial contribution, though he may not be the richest man, but if he's diligent in doing those things, don't minimize what he does. Don't minimize what he does. Stop being a glory hog. It's not right. But I'm telling you, our culture over here as black people in America is one of dysfunction. It truly is. And it's not right. And I want to be straight up with you. I'm all for family. I believe in marriage. Don't nothing do me better than to see a black husband and a black wife doing their thing with their kids, going to church, shopping together at Walmart, going to Chuck E. Cheese, going to Disney World, things like that, having a family game night. I'm all for that. So I want y'all to know that I'm for pro-family. I am. And I'm not with this battle of the sexes, especially with us black people, because it's another way for them to divide and conquer us. And like I said, our culture here is one of dysfunction, and we really need to wake up for this mess. And another thing, because I don't know if women will see this and get offended. If anything I said offends you, please know that I mean to offend no one. That truly, like I said, I'm for marriage. I'm for family. I'm not with this battle of the sexist mess. But it's something on my heart that I had to let go because it's not right. And if it don't apply, let it fly. But it's something that really needs to stop. Mind you, I understand that there's some brothers out there that's not doing nothing for their kids. There's some brothers out there that really don't have a sense of family, that really don't respect women. I understand that there's different scenarios. So, like I said, if it don't apply, let it fly. But I'm speaking out for brothers that are diligent in their child's lives or children's lives, that they're spending time with their kids, that they're contributing financially when it comes to their kids. You know, I'm speaking for those brothers that get talked down like they're not doing nothing. And it's a sad thing how black people do black people, because nobody tears down black people like black people. I'm telling you. And I understand it's a lot of anger in all of us. Women feel a certain way for how men treat them. And I understand that, even from the hip-hop perspective, how hip-hop degrades women, calls them bees, and thinks of them as sex objects, objectify them, and it's wrong. And it's wrong treating women like they're nothing. Women are our treasure. Brothers, we need to take care of our women. They are our treasure, and we need to treat them as such. And black man, I understand your plight too, because you feel beat down by your fellow brothers. You feel beat down by the white man, and it hurts even more when you beat down by your woman, the very one you should be able to confide and trust in. That's why I'm not with this battle that's sexist. That's why I'm not with all this dysfunction going on with our people. I'm not. Man, us black people need to come together. Our men and women need to stick together, man. All this independent black woman stuff needs to stop. All this with the brothers, this I'm a savage, I'm a thug, bees ain't nothing but hoes and tricks type of thinking. That mess needs to stop, man. People need to wake up and see the big picture. The big picture is that we need each other. But that's all I'm going to go into. This is Holy Warrior Yancey, and this is Holy Warrior Yancey Productions. Take care. God bless.